All right. Certainly disappointed with the outcome of the game today. We're a competitive group, and we thought if we could do a few things, we talked about going into the game. Like if you're going to play up a level and have a chance, the things you got to do are you got to play with great effort. You got to execute at a high level. You need to gang tackle. You can't let small plays become big plays, and you can't turn the ball over. And for 25 minutes of the game, we were about as competitive as anybody has been against them. And I didn't do a very good job as the head coach. I put us in a bad situation defensively right before halftime there, trying to be aggressive. Our young quarterback's an All-American. He's one of the best players at our level, if not the best player. And, I'm going to bet on the guy. I'm not, but what I should have done is just run the football, run the clock down, punted it. I put our defense in a bad situation. That gave them a little more momentum than I would have cared for. I thought in general we did some really good things. We did not obviously contain. I mean, they had about 107. I think the quarterback had 175 yards rushing, and 90% of it's on broken plays where we had good coverage. We didn't finish tackles, and so again, I'm really proud of our kids. Like we had a great week of practice. There was nobody, shutting it down or looking forward to the FCS playoffs. We competed hard, and again, I didn't coach well enough, and we didn't do a few of the things that we would have needed to done to sneak a win out today. So with that, I'll open it up for any questions.
Coach, talk a little bit more about Braden. He looks pretty comfortable out there. I mean, you said, I know we believe he's one of the best players in the country, but I believe he showed that today with keeping his composure.
Yeah, listen, I mean, again, early on, he was 20 of 33. He did have the 2 picks. But a couple of those throws are big time. The pass on the very first offensive series to Braden Smith was a big time ball. He did a great job reading the defense. We didn't keep him as clean as we have the last 9 games. That's to be expected against an SEC opponent. And he still, kid got up and played really pretty darn good. The 2 picks. He had somebody in his face both times, so it's not all on the kid. That's on us. And again, I got to do a better job putting him in better situations, and we got to do a little bit better job protecting him there. But I thought he played well. The moment's certainly not too big for him. I mean, he's almost like creepily calm before the game. Again, I can't say enough about what he means to our program and how good of a player he is.
Well, going into these games, one of your primary goals is to come out injury-free.
Our primary goal is to win. However naive I may be, the primary goal is to win, period. And so, yeah, you don't want to get completely eviscerated before you got, a massive few weeks coming into the FCS playoffs. And, I strongly believe that this is a team that's going to make some noise in those, in the playoffs, wherever it is. I do believe we deserve a bye in the first round, and then we'll find that stuff out tomorrow between 12 and 12:15. And, yeah.
To talk about, I know you told the team in the locker room, meaning some things happened today. Yale beat Harvard, Tennessee Tech won late.
Did they? Yeah, I didn't know what the final was. Yeah, so there's a couple games there's a kind of a clump of teams that are right there vying for those top 8 spots. So, a couple of them could have helped our cause. Yale and Harvard were right there, so Yale winning, I'm sure doesn't hurt us at all. Yeah.
Talk about how a game like this will prepare you for what's coming up on the schedule.
I mean, when there's always mistakes you can learn from. Mm-hmm. Every game, good or bad, win or lose, there's always mistakes that you can learn from. But 2, again, we went toe-to-toe with an SEC team for the better part of 25 minutes and did some really good things. There's a bunch we got to clean up. I'm not naive. We would have had to play clean, like chalk, and we didn't do that. But there's a bunch of good to glean from the game as well, and we'll look at that on film. We won't spend a ton of time on it, especially if we end up with a game next weekend. We got to turn the page pretty quickly and get rolling on that playoff opponent.
Athletic quarterbacks on the backfield for Auburn, you're still able to get a couple sacks today. Talk about Isaac Prince, who played on a good level today, and Dan Hicks was able to
Yeah, Hicks got home again. I thought their offensive line did a pretty good job, We did not have a ton of pressure early, which, again, as we get locked up some, that's how he was able to get out and make some of those big plays. And then, Hicks came up with a couple big stops. Prince had a couple big TFLs in the game. I thought he played well just off the sideline. And, you know, again, we continue to have different people show up in different games, but, you know, we'll see.
Thanks, Coach.
All good? Thank you all.